lungs alveoli. Lungs alveoli, because lungs alveoli is the site of exchange of gas, है ना. And if I take this way, see, this is what? Atmosphere, which is having air. So in this air, the PO2, partial pressure of oxygen. Again, question is here, what is partial pressure? So partial pressure is the individual pressure created by that gas inside the air. Here is the mixture of gas. In that mixture of gas, what is the pressure exerted by oxygen? That is the partial pressure of oxygen. And it is how much? 159 mmHg. And carbon dioxide pressure is how much? PCO2 is 0.03 mmHg. And here inside the lungs alveoli, the pressure is how much? PO2 is 104 mmHg. And here inside this PCO2 is how much? That is 40 mmHg. Again, see, when this blood from the lungs alveoli is being surrounded by the blood capillaries. If you will see here, see, this is the lungs alveoli. This is the one lungs alveoli. And this wall of lungs alveoli is made up by thin squamous epithelium, which is very much thin, single layer tissue. And that this lungs alveoli is surrounded by the blood vessels. What you can say? Pulmonary capillary. Okay, and its wall is made up by endothelium. And in between the blood vessels and the lungs alveoli, since we are having closed blood vascular system, so our blood flow in a closed blood pipe. And that for the exchange of anything, the medium is required. So the blood plasma and some lymphocyte cells, they leak out from those thin capillary wall. And this fluid, what is there surrounding the cells, surrounding the tissue, this fluid is called tissue fluid. This is called tissue fluid, what we are also known as lymph. This work as a medium. So the thickness of all three from here to here, this thickness is how much? Less than 1 millimeter only. This is so thin. That is why this oxygen can very easily diffuse inside the tissue fluid and then into the blood vessel. And again, this carbon dioxide also can diffuse from here to tissue fluid and then to the lungs alveoli. And inside this blood capillaries, these are the RBC. RBC have hemoglobin, and hemoglobin is helping in the carrying of oxygen and carbon dioxide. So what I was saying you, that this is what? This is the lungs alveoli. This is the lungs alveoli, where the pressure of carbon dioxide, PO2, is how much? 104 mmHg. And when this oxygen diffuses inside it, then oxygen combined with hemoglobin and there is the formation of oxyhemoglobin. Then what happened? The PO2? The PO2 will be 95 mmHg. For the pure blood, for oxygenated blood. So that this blood from the pulmonary artery, when goes to the lungs, this is deoxygenated. And this deoxygenated blood, PO2 is how much? It is only 40 mmHg. Only 40 mmHg. But when this blood receive oxygen from the lungs, then this is oxygenated blood.
Yes.
And in oxygenated blood, PO2 is how much? It become 95 mmHg. Earlier it was what? 40. But 40 become 95. Why? Because this oxygen is diffusing inside the blood. Okay? And you know, the diffusion of gases always take place from high partial pressure to low partial pressure. So this way oxygen is diffusing. Oxygen comes, whole air will come from the atmosphere to lungs. No? And the pressure of oxygen is 159 in the lung, in the atmosphere, 104 in the lungs. So it will be coming from high pressure air to low pressure air. And again inside the lungs, how much? 104. And inside the blood, only 40. Only 40 is here in the deoxygenated blood. So this difference 104 and 40. Oxygen diffuse inside the blood vessels from the lungs. And then it combined with hemoglobin to form oxyhemoglobin. Blood become oxygenated. And then the partial pressure of oxygen become 95. Okay. And here you see, this is the deoxygenated blood. So here what happened? The PCO2 is how much? 45 mmHg. 45 mmHg. And here how much pressure in this lung alveoli is there? In lungs alveoli, pressure of carbon dioxide is how much? So that is only 40 mmHg. How much difference is here? This is 40. And here is 45. So 5 difference. That difference make the carbon dioxide to diffuse from the deoxygenated blood to lungs alveoli. And from lungs alveoli, carbon dioxide diffuse into the atmosphere, because in atmosphere the pressure of carbon dioxide is too less, 0.03% only. And hence it will be diffused there. And see what happened now when this oxygen comes into the heart through pulmonary vein. Then you know that blood will come from the pulmon. This is the left atrium to left ventricle, and then main artery. This is the main artery that supply blood to the body parts. So see, suppose this is what? This is the tissue cells. This is the tissue, or you can say cells. And this is the main artery. Main artery comes like this. No?
Yes.
This is the blood capillaries. Actually, main artery divided into arterioles, arteriole divided into capillaries. No? And this capillaries goes into different tissue cells. So I am just taking the example of one tissue cells, and this is what? This is the one capillary. Okay. Again, in between this blood capillary, this is the blood capillary, and this is the tissue cells. In between them, this place filled up with the tissue fluid. I told you that we are having closed blood vascular system. So our blood flows in the closed blood pipe. And without medium, then nothing can be transported.
Yes.
So through this pressure, because blood flows in the thin capillaries, pressure rises. Due to this pressure, the plasma, which is having water, and some dissolved substances like radicals, sodium ion, potassium ion, chloride ion, and lymphocyte cells, they will be leak out. And that leaked materials, you can say tissue fluid, you can also say lymph. This is the lymph only. So this oxygen, since partial pressure of oxygen is how much here? Partial pressure of oxygen is 95 mmHg. And here inside the cell how much? PO2 is, this is 40 mmHg. So this difference is 55.
Yes.
Because of that, oxygen diffuse here. Oxygen diffuse. And when oxygen diffuse, this will be coming inside the cell. And here, this oxygen combined with glucose molecule, C6H12O6 molecule, which is oxidized by the 6 oxygen molecule. And then there is the formation of 6 carbon dioxide. There is the formation of 6 carbon dioxide molecule, 6 water molecule, and then 36 or 38 ATP molecule. What is the difference of 36 and 38? You will read in cellular respiration chapter topic. So this carbon dioxide when produced, then partial pressure of carbon dioxide inside the cell become 45.
Yes.
45 mmHg. While in case of this is the pure blood, and in pure blood PCO2 is only 40 mmHg. 40 mmHg. But when this carbon dioxide is here 45 and here is 40, again carbon dioxide diffuse from here and then it will be going into the blood vessels. And here carbon dioxide transport by the help of hemoglobin and water and in the form of bicarbonate ion, which I will discuss later. Okay. So again see, when this blood become now deoxygenated, after entering the carbon dioxide, this blood become now deoxygenated. And then in deoxygenated blood, the PCO2 become how much? 45 mmHg, because earlier it was already 40. 5 added, it become 45. And this 45 mmHg carbon dioxide containing blood will enter into the right atrium like this. It enter into the right atrium through vena cava. This is the vena cava, blood vessel. So this is blood, deoxygenated blood comes into the right atrium to right ventricle through tricuspid valve, and again through pulmonary artery it will goes into the lungs. And therefrom through expiration it will be going out. So what I mean to say you here, that this is the partial pressure. Because of that only the exchange of gases take place. Clear? I am making this diagram more simple. See once more. Very simple. I am here again with very simple diagram to make this concept very clear. See, this is, I am showing about the blood circulation, and this is what? The lungs alveoli. This is the lungs alveoli. This is the blood circulation. Blood circulation. This is the cell. And this is the atmosphere. See, here I told you that oxygen, which pressure is 159 mmHg, and carbon dioxide PCO2 0.03 mmHg. Due to this, oxygen enters into the lungs alveoli. Here the PO2 is how much? 104 mmHg. Due to partial pressure difference, oxygen enters in the lung alveoli, and this region is what? Tissue fluid. So oxygen enters inside the lungs alveoli, now diffuse here in the tissue fluid and then into the blood vessels. Why? Because this blood what is coming this side is deoxygenated, and this blood what is coming in is oxygenated. I am talking about the black color deoxygenated and red color oxygenated. Okay? So here you will see that PCO2 is 45. This is 45 mmHg because it is deoxygenated blood. And this PO2 is how much? PO2 is 40 mmHg. And this side, when the blood become oxygenated, because oxygen when enters inside the blood, then it will combine with hemoglobin, and there is a formation of HbO2, what is called oxyhemoglobin. Then the partial pressure of oxygen become how much? 95 mmHg. And since this is oxygenated blood, so here carbon dioxide pressure is how much? PCO2 is only 40 mmHg. Okay, and this is 95. Why? Because oxygen is added here. And when this HbO2 will come near the cell, since inside the cell PO2 is 40 mmHg, so due to this partial pressure difference, this hemoglobin molecule dissociate from oxygen, and then oxygen diffuses inside the tissue fluid. This is what? Tissue fluid. So this oxygen from tissue fluid enter inside the cell, and this is a 6 oxygen molecule. When it react with C6H12O6 glucose, C6H12O6 is the glucose, then there is the formation of 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O and plus 36 R38 ATP energy. So then, since carbon dioxide is produced, you have asked one question, that what is the reason of increasing carbon dioxide? If we are inhaling only 0.03% carbon dioxide, then in exhaling air how 4% carbon dioxide is being added. That is why, because this is the glucose which is oxidizing to produce carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide when added with the blood, then carbon dioxide percentage is rising. Again here you see, earlier the carbon dioxide is 40 only, but because of this production it become now PCO2 how much? 45 mmHg. And inside this blood how much? 40. So this 5 difference make this carbon dioxide to diffuse inside the tissue fluid and then into the blood. And here this hemoglobin become free now, because oxygen is dissociated, enters inside the cell. So hemoglobin, this free hemoglobin combined with carbon dioxide, and then it will be making HbCO2, what is called carbaminohemoglobin. And then partial pressure of carbon dioxide rises to become 45 mmHg. While in the lungs how much? PCO2 in the lungs is 40 mmHg. So this difference again make this HbCO2 to dissociate, and when it dissociate, then this will form CO2 plus Hb. Then CO2 diffuse here in the tissue fluid and then into the lungs alveoli, and since here the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the lungs alveoli is 40, देखिए पहले से 40 था, and here was 45, so this 5 will go there, it become 45, but just after formation of 45 this carbon dioxide diffuse out, since outside pressure is very less, है ना, तो 45 फिर से 40 हो जाएगा क्योंकि एक्स्ट्रा 5 निकल गई, ठीक है. So this is the way, this is the partial pressure difference. Yeah, this is the reason. And if I will categorize this much, so you can see that this is what? This is the inspiration. Inspiration, where the oxygen rich air come from atmosphere to lungs alveoli. And this is what? Expiration. This is the expiration, where the carbon dioxide rich air is going from the lungs alveoli to atmosphere. And this is the first step called breathing. And then here you see, this is the transport of oxygen. This is the first B, and this is what? Number 1, transport of oxygen. And what about this side? This is the transport of carbon dioxide. So transport of carbon dioxide. So this is what? Transport. Second step is transport of gases. Transport of oxygen and transport of carbon dioxide. And the third step, this one. This is the third step, and this is called cellular respiration. In this cellular respiration, you are seeing that this oxygen when enter inside the cell, it oxidizes glucose to produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. This energy synthesis takes place in mitochondria, hence it is called powerhouse of the cell. And this ATP generation raises our body temperature. This ATP is maintaining our body temperature. So if the question will be asking that which physiological process maintain our body temperature, so this is the respiration. And respiratory organ is the lung. Okay, because during breakdown of the glucose, when ATP generates, ATP maintain our body temperature. ATP also fulfill the requirement of energy for all the metabolic processes. All those endothermic reactions need energy, and this is the ATP which fulfill the energy demand, bond energy, to make the reaction to be completed. And this carbon dioxide is the waste gas for the animals, not for the plants. Plants utilize this carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. But animal have no use. So this carbon dioxide is removed out. And this water is called metabolic water. metabolic water. If we are having plenty of water, sufficient water in our body, it have no need, then we excrete out. And if it is required, especially in the desert animal, or even in us also, whenever you are having fast, whole day you don't drink water, then how much time you are going to pass urine? Because that water produced, that is only utilized, since you are not drinking water whole day. So this is the metabolic water which is being utilized for the metabolism if this is having deficiency. And even this oxygen is coming through this respiratory air. When we breathe out, then water vapor also come out. Nowadays when we are using mask, very much problem for the people who are using a spect, because that vapor with breathing out air is coming on the glasses of our specs and making it blur. So always the carbon dioxide, this water is coming in the form of water vapor, and that is why after speaking after sometimes we feel thirsty, because water is being lost during speaking also. Okay. So any question? It okay? So today this much.